Have you ever stepped outside on a crisp, peaceful autumn morning, wrapped your hands around a warm cup of coffee, and listened as your hens softly clucked beneath the rising sun? There is something timeless in that moment, a deep, quiet connection to the land that generations before us experienced as part of everyday life. Then you walk toward the coop, lift the nesting box lid, and there they are, fresh, warm, beautiful eggs waiting for you. A simple, nourishing breakfast produced in your own backyard from food you chose and controlled yourself. But let's be honest for a moment. How many of you began raising chickens in the gentle warmth of spring, filled with hope and excitement, only to see your nesting boxes become completely empty when the first cold autumn winds arrived? And how many are tired of making another trip to the feed store, carrying home heavy 50-pound bags of commercial layer pellets costing $22 to $35 each, only to receive a disappointing handful of eggs in return? After a while, it no longer feels like a rewarding journey towards self-reliance. It begins to feel more like an expensive monthly subscription to a corporate supply chain. You buy the chicks, then the feed, then the supplements, and the cycle never seems to stop. But what if the secret to steady, year-round egg production has nothing to do with costly chemical supplements, heated barns, or hormone-filled commercial feed? What if the key to an overflowing egg basket is already hiding at the bottom of your feeder, waiting to be revealed through methods that are remarkably simple, affordable, and deeply rooted in old country wisdom? Whether you are a backyard chicken keeper, a retiree searching for a peaceful, low-stress, and highly profitable home-based micro-business, or someone determined to take greater control of your family's food security, this could be your turning point. Raising chickens is one of the easiest and most accessible ways for seniors to stay active, keep their minds engaged, and create an exceptional income stream without leaving home. Fresh backyard eggs can sell for $7 to $12 a dozen to local chefs, neighbors, and health-conscious families eager to move away from industrial, factory-farmed eggs. Today, we are breaking down the 12 essential things your feeder must never be missing if you want delicious, rich eggs with deep orange yolks throughout the entire year. Every one of these elements is simple, affordable, and easy to add to your regular routine. Are you ready to break free from modern industrial myths, reclaim your food independence, and transform a small backyard flock into a thriving homestead success? Let's begin. 1. The invisible shield: fresh crushed garlic. We begin with an ingredient found in almost every kitchen, yet widely misunderstood in the chicken yard: fresh garlic. Many beginners assume that when hens stop laying during fall or winter, it is simply because they are growing old or struggling with the cold. But the quiet, uncomfortable truth is that internal parasites may be hiding deep inside their digestive systems, silently draining away energy and essential nutrients without producing any obvious outward signs. Garlic is far more than a common kitchen seasoning. It is nature's most powerful raw antibiotic and parasite defense. When a hen consumes garlic, it purifies her digestive tract, cleanses her bloodstream, and quickly strengthens her natural protection against harmful pathogens. This becomes especially important during sudden seasonal changes, when damp weather and dramatic temperature swings expose the flock to respiratory diseases that can bring egg production to an immediate stop. But here is the golden rule that separates beginners from experienced keepers. Never toss whole garlic cloves into the feeder. Your hens will usually reject them because of their sharp smell and intense taste. Instead, take one fresh clove, crush it into a fine, moist paste, and blend it thoroughly into a small amount of wet grain twice each week. Your birds will eat it without noticing, and within 2 weeks, you may see their feathers develop a brilliant, healthy shine while their energy levels rise dramatically. Are you protecting your flock from the inside out, or waiting until disease strikes before taking action? 2. The gut guardian: dried oregano. If you have ever seen your birds looking tired, standing with hunched shoulders, or producing watery, foul-smelling droppings, their entire system may be crying out for help. To quickly transform the health of your flock, you need dried oregano. This natural gift acts as a complete digestive reset and a powerful protective shield. Oregano contains concentrated essential oils that work as a natural anti-coccidial. It helps prevent coccidiosis, a devastating parasitic disease that attacks and destroys the delicate intestinal tract of birds. By keeping their intestinal flora balanced and intact, Oregano allows hens to absorb up to 3 times more nutrition from the food they consume each day. When the digestive system works efficiently, every gram of calcium and protein can go toward producing beautiful eggs instead of simply passing through their bodies unused. The proper method is to sprinkle 1 tablespoon of dried oregano into every kilogram of balanced feed, mixing it thoroughly 3 or 4 times each week. Avoid the common mistake of boiling the oregano and serving only the tea, because this leaves behind the valuable fiber and concentrated oils held inside the dried leaves. When you use the dry flakes, you may notice firmer droppings, a much fresher smelling coop, and a sudden increase in egg production. Isn't it remarkable that one simple, affordable herb can transform a struggling hen into a peak producer? 3. The recycled gold, toasted crushed eggshells. To produce 1 strong eggshell every day, a hen's body must meet an astonishing and relentless demand for calcium carbonate. When her daily diet cannot supply enough, her reproductive system remains so determined to create that egg that the body begins breaking down its own bones to obtain the calcium it needs. This creates a silent and devastating internal crisis, leading to severe osteoporosis, weakened legs, and eventually physical collapse. There is no need to purchase costly commercial calcium supplements. The perfect and most bioavailable calcium source is already sitting in your kitchen, the hen's own eggshells. But be careful, because throwing raw, whole shells directly back into the run is considered a serious country mistake. If a hen recognizes the shape, scent, and flavor of a fresh egg, she can quickly connect it with the eggs waiting in her nesting box. That can trigger a destructive and heartbreaking egg-eating habit that becomes almost impossible to stop once it spreads through the flock. The correct homestead method is simple. Save the used shells. Bake them at a low temperature for several minutes until they become dry, sterile, and brittle. Then crush them until they resemble fine, sandy powder. Put this calcium powder into a separate dish beside the main feeder and never blend it directly into their everyday ration. Each hen instinctively understands what her body requires and will regulate her own intake according to the demands of her laying cycle. Have you created a separate calcium station, or are your hens quietly taking calcium from their own bones? 4. The winter superfood, fermented corn and grains. Whole corn is a traditional homestead staple, but when served dry and raw, it is extremely heavy, difficult to digest, and often turns into excess abdominal fat. That fat can press against the oviduct, making it physically harder for a hen to pass her eggs safely and potentially leading to life-threatening egg binding. But when grains are fermented, a biological miracle begins. Fermentation predigests the hard grains, breaks apart their tough outer hulls, and releases hidden B vitamins, enzymes, and highly beneficial probiotics. This simple method can improve the bioavailability of every nutrient by as much as 30%, allowing you to nourish your flock more effectively while cutting monthly feed expenses by up to 30%. To prepare this winter superfood, fill a clean bucket with cracked corn or wheat, completely cover the grains with unchlorinated water, and leave the covered container on your counter for 3 days. Stir the mixture at least once every day to prevent white or black mold from developing across the surface. By the 3rd day, it should have a pleasantly sour aroma, similar to rich cider or yogurt. Serve this moist, bubbling mixture in the morning, about 3 times each week, offering only as much as the flock can finish within 15 minutes. During the coldest winter days, this fermented paste warms their bodies from within and provides a large, steady supply of clean energy that keeps their egg-producing systems running smoothly. Why spend more money on dry, lifeless feed when water and time can multiply the power of what you already have? 5. The soothing balm, raw oat flakes. Just like people, chickens are extremely sensitive to stress. Sudden changes in weather, loud sounds, a neighbor's visiting dog, or a predator moving around the edge of the property can throw the entire flock into panic. When a hen becomes stressed, her body releases hormones that immediately shut down egg production as a natural survival response. To bring calm and balance back into the coop, you need raw oat flakes. Oats are a naturally soothing and restorative food. They provide a gentle, ideal combination of soluble fiber, healthy fats, and high-quality protein that helps stabilize the hen's nervous system while calming her digestive tract. The best way to serve oats is simple. Mix raw oat flakes directly into the dry ration once or twice each week. preferably during the late afternoon before the hens climb onto their roosting bars for the night. Never cook the oats with milk or sugar, because this can cause severe diarrhea and dangerous digestive distress. Just 1 cup of raw oat flakes is enough for a flock of 10 hens. This small portion can calm their nerves, improve their temperament, and help them return to the nesting boxes with confidence. How do you manage stress within your flock? Do you offer a quiet, natural remedy, or leave your hens to struggle in silence? 6. The plumage Polish, forage-grade sunflower seeds. Every homesteader dreams of cracking a fresh egg into the skillet and seeing a deep, vibrant, almost reddish-orange yolk standing firm and tall in the center. That rich color is not merely beautiful, it is visible proof of superior nutrition reaching every cell of the hen's body. To achieve that perfect yolk while giving your hens silky, weather-resistant feathers, add forage-grade sunflower seeds to their feeder. Sunflower seeds are rich in essential oils, vitamin E, and valuable fatty acids. These oils do more than create glossy plumage. They also act as a natural lubricant for the hen's oviduct, helping eggs pass smoothly, painlessly, and consistently. The healthy fats provide a concentrated source of calories that helps regulate body temperature during freezing winter nights. Never use salted or roasted sunflower seeds made for human snacking. Excess sodium is highly toxic to birds and can quickly cause serious kidney damage. Choose black or striped forage-grade sunflower seeds instead, and offer your flock a generous handful twice a week. Their powerful beaks and stone-filled gizzards are naturally designed to crack and grind the shells with ease. When a hen looks radiant and healthy on the outside, it means the egg-producing system inside her body is operating at full capacity. Have you checked the color of your yolks lately? 7. The muscle engine, concentrated protein boosters. Let's examine the basic biology of an egg. The egg white, also known as albumin, is made from highly concentrated protein and essential amino acids. That means when hens do not receive enough protein, egg production can immediately fall to zero, no matter how much corn or how many kitchen scraps they consume. Chickens cannot produce eggs from thin air. They need a dependable source of high-quality protein. To keep their egg-laying engine operating at maximum efficiency, their daily diet must provide a consistent baseline of at least 16% to 18% crude protein. You can reach this level by adding carefully selected, protein-rich supplements to their regular ration. Chopped alfalfa or alfalfa meal is an excellent, affordable option, packed with plant-based protein, iron, and calcium. You can also give them small portions of unseasoned cooked meat scraps or leftover fish heads from the kitchen. This may surprise some people, but chickens are not vegetarians. They are opportunistic carnivores, and their ancestors survived by consuming insects and other sources of animal protein. The key is complete moderation and purity. Never give them highly processed human foods, cold cuts, or greasy, salty meats filled with sodium and artificial preservatives. A clean, properly balanced protein boost can increase not only how often your hens lay, but also the physical size and weight of their eggs. Are you giving your birds the structural nutrition their bodies require, or simply filling their crops with empty carbohydrates? 8. The Holy Grail, dried black soldier fly larvae. If you want to watch your hens leap with excitement and instantly awaken their wild, prehistoric foraging instincts, one supplement rises above the rest: dried black soldier fly larvae, or mealworms. These tiny insects are the holy grail of poultry nutrition, delivering massive, concentrated amounts of highly digestible protein and raw calcium. This powerful combination stimulates a hen's ovulation cycle, almost like magic. It is also the ultimate secret weapon for helping the flock recover from the late summer molting season in record time, rebuilding lost feathers, and returning hens to egg production weeks earlier than usual. However, because this supplement is so potent, a small quantity goes a very long way. The classic mistake is pouring the entire bag into the feeder. Your hens can quickly become addicted, refuse their basic balanced ration, and accumulate dangerous amounts of unhealthy fat. Instead, reserve these larvae as a special late afternoon reward. Scatter only a couple of handfuls across the ground, allowing your hens to scratch, exercise, and forage naturally through the dirt. Isn't it amazing how one handful of natural grubs can transform a quiet, dusty run into a scene filled with pure, joyful energy? 9. The biological purifier. Fresh, strategic vegetables chickens, cannot flourish on dry, dusty grains alone. To support their vital organs, keep the digestive tract clear, and cleanse the body of excess fat, they need the natural biological water and active vitamins found only in carefully selected fresh vegetables. Pumpkins, zucchini, and dark leafy spinach are filled with essential carotenes, iron, and minerals. Every time a hen pecks into a fresh pumpkin, she takes in valuable nutrients that help keep her reproductive tract clean and active. Here is a practical and clever way to keep the run clean while giving your birds hours of entertainment. Never throw fresh vegetables directly onto muddy ground, where they can be trampled, covered with manure, and left to rot. Instead, cut a pumpkin in half or gather a bundle of spinach, secure it with a strong string, and hang it several inches above the ground. Your hens will spend the afternoon pecking, jumping, and exercising to reach it. This simple hanging toy method greatly reduces stress caused by boredom, prevents feather picking, and keeps the food sanitary and protected from parasites living in the soil. Just remember to avoid tomato leaves, raw green potato skins, and eggplants completely. These nightshade plants contain solanine, a chemical compound that is highly poisonous to poultry. Are you using the power of fresh greens to keep your flock active, or is boredom creating tension inside your coop? 10. The liquid elixir, organic apple cider vinegar with the mother. While we often focus heavily on solid food, we must never forget that water is even more important than feed. An egg is nearly 75% water, and the moment a hen's body senses even mild dehydration, it will immediately shut down egg production to protect her vital organs. Just one day without clean water can stop a hen from laying for several weeks. To keep their drinking water fresh, clear, and free from algae, old-time breeders relied on a closely guarded liquid secret, organic apple cider vinegar with the mother. Adding just 1 tablespoon of apple cider vinegar to every liter of drinking water 2 or 3 times a week works as a powerful natural tonic. Its mild acidity regulates the pH of the bird's digestive system, creating an acidic environment that destroys harmful bacteria such as salmonella, while encouraging beneficial, protective gut bacteria to multiply rapidly. It also helps dissolve minerals inside the hen's body, allowing her to absorb calcium and iron with remarkable efficiency. But here is a critical, life-saving warning. Never add apple cider vinegar to galvanized metal waterers. The natural acid will gradually corrode the metal, releasing toxic chemical residue into the water that can make your birds seriously ill or even kill them. Always use high-quality plastic or food-grade containers when serving vinegar-treated water. Is your flock drinking clean, living water or struggling with warm, stagnant containers filled with algae? 11. The night shift fuel, perfectly cooked legumes. As the sun goes down and your hens climb onto their roosting bars, they begin a long, cold night without food. During the freezing winter months, their metabolism must work twice as hard to generate internal heat and protect their bodies from the cold. If they wake up weak, chilled, or with depleted glucose reserves, their bodies will immediately pause egg production. To prevent this overnight energy crash, they need slow-absorbing legume proteins such as lentils, peas, or chickpeas. These foods are enormous reservoirs of iron, slow-digesting fiber, and concentrated energy that keep a hen's metabolism working steadily through the long, dark hours of the night. But remember this golden and unbreakable rule. Legumes must always be thoroughly cooked and never served raw. Raw beans and lentils contain dangerous toxic compounds such as phytohemagglutinin, which interfere with digestive enzymes and can kill a chicken within only a few hours. Proper boiling completely destroys these toxins, transforming legumes into a safe, premium, and remarkably inexpensive source of protein. Mash a small portion of cooked, unsalted lentils and mix them with wheat bran once a week as a special late afternoon meal. Your hens will maintain their ideal weight without building up harmful fat, while improved circulation helps them withstand winter frost with ease. 12. The Master Symphony, a balanced seed and grain mix. Our final essential ingredient brings everything together in one perfect, harmonious symphony: variety. A champion-laying hen cannot survive on a single grain alone. Her body requires a diverse and carefully balanced combination of seeds to meet its complex nutritional demands through every changing season. An ideal homemade mixture combines cracked corn for powerful winter energy, wheat for structural egg development, barley for gentle fiber, and sorghum or millet for essential micronutrients. By creating your own mixture, you gain complete and independent control over exactly what enters the bodies of your producers, freeing yourself from the corporate feed subscription model forever. But remember this final and crucial warning. Chickens are deeply rooted creatures of habit, and their digestive flora is extremely sensitive to change. One of the most damaging mistakes you can make is replacing their grain mixture overnight, simply because you discovered a cheaper bag at the market. A sudden dietary shift places enormous stress on their digestive systems and can stop egg production completely for several weeks. If you need to change the mixture, introduce it gradually, over at least 7 to 10 days, slowly blending in the new grains so their bodies have enough time to adapt. Walking the path of self-reliance and profit. When we look back through the history of our land, keeping a small and dependable flock of backyard-laying hens was one of the simplest and most important steps a family could take toward feeding itself. It was never an expensive hobby. It was a beautiful and practical partnership with nature. But as the decades passed and life moved faster, we slowly drifted farther away from the soil. Traditional wisdom became covered with weeds and was replaced by commercial subscription models that leave us feeling dependent on big-box stores for our most basic survival needs. Today, however, we are choosing to walk that path again. We are remembering that a simple, beautiful, and highly profitable system can be created right in our own backyards. A system that brings deep joy, meaningful purpose, and abundance to our families at any age. For seniors and retired people, this journey is not only about earning extra money. It is about waking each morning with a renewed sense of purpose, staying healthy beneath the morning sun, and teaching our grandchildren about the true and magical circle of life. If you raise chickens, I want you to do one simple favor for your girls today. Walk out to the run right now and check 2 critical things. First, make sure they have fresh, clean water that is neither contaminated nor frozen. Second, make sure the coop door closes with a strong locking latch that even the cleverest raccoon cannot overcome. Those 2 small checks alone can save more birds than all the other precautions combined. Once you have checked them, come down to the comments and join our community. Tell us how long you have been raising chickens, where in the world you are watching from, and which of these 12 ingredients has made the greatest difference in your egg basket. Thank you for spending this beautiful morning with me here on Farmyard Care. Stay safe, keep caring for your land, and we will speak again very soon.